Hello everyone and welcome to Kaylee's Kitchen. My name is Kaylee and I'll be your host for the show. Now today's episode is pretty special to me because I actually haven't done a new episode in about a year. I graduated from school a year ago and my first 4 episodes of Kaylee's Kitchen were filmed with a video camera that I had been borrowing from school. So now that I have my own camera, I will be able to deliver a new video every 2 weeks for you guys. So for today's episode, we are going to be making homemade chicken egg rolls and homemade sweet and sour sauce. And I don't really know about you guys, but I don't prefer egg rolls from a restaurant. Part of that may have stemmed from me being a freshman in high school. I had actually taken a foods class where we made homemade egg rolls. So here's my little shout out to the teacher. Her name is Miss Darlene Kilstong. I believe she's living somewhere in northern Wisconsin. But anyways, this is not the same recipe we had used in class. However, it is still a recipe that I enjoy, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it as much as I do. So to get started today, you're going to be using 1 small head of cabbage, 4 bunches of green onion, about a 1-inch nub of ginger root, 4 garlic cloves, not 4 heads of garlic, just 4 of the little garlic cloves. And you can either use 4 big carrots if you have a food processor, or for simplicity's sake today, I am going to be using a 10-ounce bag of shredded carrots here. So since this head of cabbage is just a little bit bigger than I would like, first what I'm going to do is cut off the end. I'm going to cut it in half. And I'm going to cut out this hard piece in the middle. And since I'm probably not going to want all this cabbage, I'm just going to start off with 3/4 of it quick. So I'm going to cut this up. Just in small shreds. Personally, I think it's one of the easiest things you could be cutting. Although a food processor would be nice if you had one. And I'm going to turn on my stove. I do have a skillet here. I'm going to turn it on to about medium-high. I've got a little bit of water in there, and I'm going to add just a little bit of rice vinegar. That's optional. It's not something you necessarily need to do. And as far as the water in the pan, I think I have 1/3 cup. Again, exact proportions isn't crucial here. So I'm going to let that heat up. And actually, I can probably just put this cabbage in right now. It's not something that I have to wait for. And I'm going to cut the rest of this up. So next I'm going to take my ginger, and I've already started peeling it. And I'm just going to take some of the outside off quick. And actually, the first time I had used ginger, it was about a month ago. And I used it in the egg roll, and I loved it. So hopefully I will be experimenting a little bit more with it soon and get to use it more because it is really healthy for you. Next, I'm going to take 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, and to break these, you're just going to kind of go like that and crush the shell. Then you want to chop the end off. And we're just going to break this off. And you'll see the garlic flesh on the inside. And then we'll just mince those. You could use the garlic that is already minced up in a container in the store. However, I'm trying to stay away from preservatives, so chopping up garlic I think is a little therapeutic and just a little bit healthier too. Okay, So next we want to take the ginger and we're going to grate that over, let me turn the camera angle, and we're just going to grate that on top of here. We're going to add our carrots, stir it all up. And if you are using carrots that you're cutting by hand, if you're not using a food processor, or carrots that are already cut up like this from the store, then I would definitely wait to start cooking the cabbage before you add the carrots. So we've got the garlic, we have got the cabbage and carrots, and we've got the ginger. So next is the green onions. Make sure you have a pair of kitchen shears, and we are just going to, maybe we'll do 2 at a time. And we're just going to chop it all in there. So we're going to stir this up. We're going to cover it, and we're going to work on the chicken. We are going to take some chicken and add it to a pan that's been preheated with some extra virgin olive oil in there. And then we're going to add just a little bit of salt and some pepper. And then I'm going to add a little bit of soy sauce, maybe about 1/4 cup or so, to the veggies. I'm going to stir those, and then I'm going to take them off the heat because they've been in here cooking for enough time, I think. Next, I'm going to flip the chicken. Feel free to use a splatter screen if you need to. Or turn the heat down. I think I'm going to turn the heat down. And before I forget, I am going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. And since my mom likes peanut butter in the egg rolls, I am going to be adding just kind of like a big, hefty dollop of peanut butter. And I will mix that in. So now we've got our mixture here with our cabbage, carrots, green onion, ginger root, and our garlic. And we have got our egg roll wrappers here. And we've just got a little bit of egg here in a bowl. And we're just going to take a brush, brush 3 sides of an egg roll wrapper. Take just a small scoop of this, put it right in the middle. Fold this side over that we did not have any egg mixture on. Fold these corners in that have the egg on it. It'll kind of hold like that. And then we're just going to roll and put these into a dish that's lined with olive oil. Then we're going to brush our egg rolls with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Now we're going to stick them in the oven. We're going to let them bake at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes or until they're a light golden brown. And last but not least, we have the homemade sweet and sour mix. I start with adding 1/3 cup water in a saucepan over medium heat. Then I have a cup of pineapple. I did put this in a small food processor, very small, so you don't need something expensive to do this. But it just looks like pineapple puree. Put that in there. If you don't have a whole pineapple and you do have some pineapple juice on hand, maybe from canned pineapple, you could certainly use that. I personally don't normally eat canned fruit, so that's just why I do it this way. And then I have 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. I have 3 tablespoons of vinegar. I have a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And then I have 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. So we're just going to mix that all up. And then you're going to cook this over medium heat, stirring constantly, and you're just going to cook it until it's thick. It should be about 5 minutes or so. Now there you have it, everyone. That's my homemade baked chicken egg roll recipe with homemade sweet and sour sauce. I'll see you back in 2 weeks on Kaylee's Kitchen.